Hi everyone, my name's Cody Robson. I'm 26 years old, I'm from Athens, Texas, and this is my adventure. I am a high school biology teacher, and I also have a small organic farm that I run. Right now it's summer break, so I am starting out on a new journey and direction in life. I went to school and studied sports psychology because at the time I was an athlete, I was a swimmer, and I wanted to know more about the mental game and everything, so I was studying that, planning on working with athletes. And then the psychology portion of it, I wrote a paper about sources of happiness that compared materialistic purchases versus experiential purchases in a global scale over a long time. And I wrote a really long paper about how everyone had greater perceived happiness when they had spent all their money on experiences rather than materials. And so I'm a big proponent of living happily, especially the short amount of time that we have here on this planet. So that's kind of what I've decided to do. Going to school, I got myself into some debt. Right now I owe about $47,000 in student loans. And I made it my intention, put it out there, and I'm going to do whatever I can, whatever it takes to pay all of that off within the next 5 years. I'm going to buy a sailboat, and I'm going to live on that and travel around the world. I've sailed a little bit in the past, and I really love it. I go out with some of my friends right now. Right now I'm learning as much as I possibly can. I have my own small sailboat. Maiden voyage didn't go so well, we broke it, but we're going to fix it up, take it back out this summer, a little later in July. On this journey that I plan on taking in life, I always have my traveling companion, Captain Planet here. He's always traveling with me. He's my backpacking buddy, my adventure pal. And I also have two awesome dogs. I have Maeve, who is an Alaskan Malamute, and then there's also Uzume, who is a Great Pyrenees mixed with Lemon Pointer. Right now, Maeve is 4 months old, and Uzume is 3 months old. While I was in college and I wrote that happiness paper, I kind of had a shift in perspective and what I wanted out of life rather than the direction I was headed. And so I focused more on things that I enjoy doing. And I read this book series by Daniel Quinn. It's called Ishmael. And the other ones are The Story of Bee and My Ishmael. And then another one, Beyond Civilization. And they really changed the way I kind of viewed our society and everything as a whole. And kind of our culture and the direction we're headed. And how it's not too bright, but we do have a chance to kind of change things. And so basically it's my intention. I don't want to live a slave to this system. I want to do what I want to do. I love traveling. I love meeting new people. And so that's what I want to do. I'm going to get a sailboat and I'm going to go live on it. I'm going to do whatever it takes to pay these loans off and get everything underway. I took a spring break trip while I was in college, going snowboarding around New Mexico and Colorado. And we stopped in Taos. Going there was dark. Leaving, it was light, and we drove by this place that looked super insane. The buildings were super crazy looking. It's in the middle of the desert. And so we decided to stop, check it out, and we discovered that that was the world headquarters for Earthship Biotecture. I decided to start doing as much as I could with them. I went on a trip to Easter Island down off the coast of Chile, and that was their international academy, so they have their own school. I went down there, met some super amazing people on that trip. We were there for a month. We were helping build a music school while we were also learning all the building techniques and everything. And then I've helped out with a couple more projects over the years. Helped out in a project in Colorado, one in Germany. We went on a project in Nepal. And traveled with some super, super amazing people who were very like-minded, just kind of enjoying the time we have here, super giving, open people, and definitely met my tribe. And I've been separated from them for a little while now just because life happens, but this summer we're all going to be reuniting, going on some adventures, so you're going to get to meet all of them. They're super awesome. One of the members that you will not meet, his name is Mark. He was one of my really, really good close friends. He was basically the epitome of giving, doing what you enjoy. He was an engineer and he had a super awesome paying job back home, but he decided that he would rather travel around doing something meaningful, enjoying company, regardless of the circumstances and regardless of any problems that a lot of us consider problems. So he was a super big inspiration, and he was killed last August at a party. He was trying to keep a drunk driver from driving home and hurting himself, and he was killed by that guy. And so he's no longer with us, but his spirit definitely always will live on. And I've definitely planned on living in Mark's light and his example, because that's all he did was help people, and he was always happy. I never saw him mad or upset one single time. So a lot of this next part of my journey is to live like Mark would and make him happy with what I plan on doing as well. So this summer, I'm going up to Colorado. I'm going to be helping some of my friends who just moved out to the valley where I used to live to start a little farm and grow some food. They don't have any experience up here, and since it's summer break, I figured why not go back to Colorado, get out of the Texas heat, because it's wonderful up here. So I got a lot of adventures planned. We're going to go to Telluride Bluegrass Festival. We're going to go hiking up in the mountains a lot, hopefully summit some 14ers while we're up here. Hopefully get in some rock climbing, maybe some river activities, we'll see. Going up to Wyoming in July for my buddy Colt's wedding, who also met on Easter Island. That is going to be super awesome. It's in Jackson Hole, going to be right by the Grand Tetons. And yeah, going to be hanging out with some of the Earthship family and just backpacking around. To get ready for our first Homefree journey, I began scouring Craigslist for campers. I finally found a 1993 Coleman Rio Grande pop-up camper that a family was selling around Dallas. After checking it out and seeing it was still in great condition with some new remodels, I purchased it for $1,500. I took the camper back home and began to get it ready for the trip. The only downside was that I wanted to take an ATV and there was no way to fit one. So I decided to remove the small front storage bin and replace it with a custom deck where I could haul the ATV on the front of the camper. After a lot of work, the end result was a 6x4 deck that was 10 inches high, which made it into a box that provided even more storage in addition to ATV space. Once everything was done, we just had to pack up and get going.
Years ago, when I was sailing down the coast, I met a man who had a boat in his backyard. Oh no. He worked on it for years, but he never seen the water. Now his life was ending, this just broke his heart. He said, now go, and let your sails unfurl. I said, go talk to strangers and see this beautiful world. Home free, that's where I long to be. Surfing on the beach in some beautiful country. Mister, when you look, oh no, don't look down on me. I'm not homeless, no, I'm home free.
Hey guys, what's up? All right, we got all of our stuff laid out. We just got to get it in the camper, but first I'm going to show you guys kind of what I plan on taking with me on my summer adventure in the camper here. So we're going to run through some of this stuff. We got the very important crank to crank up the pop-up camper. We got the ramps for the ATV, all of our kitchen stuff. We got 3 buckets for our bucket system, some koozies for me and friends, cutting boards, plates, bowls, pots, pans, utensils, dish drying rack, food storage. We got a mini fridge there. Hopefully it fits in there and works. And if it does, we're going to have all these extension cords here for getting to the power. And if it doesn't work, well, we'll use the extension cords to get power for the AC on there if it gets too hot. We have our stand-up trash can because it's way easier to have one up rather than rely on a bag. Awesome spice kit. I haven't set it up yet, but it comes with free spice refills for 5 years. Got it on Amazon. Pretty stoked about that. Lots of water bottles for myself and anybody who might forget one. Growler for some beer if I go to some breweries, which I will. Propane, that's going to be for our stove and also for our heater because it does still get cold some places in Colorado at night. We have our blue water jug. We have our red gas can. Toilet paper, paper towels. Then we got a bunch of textbooks here. A lot of these, we got permaculture, then we got some horticulture books. I will be teaching horticulture again this next year, so I want to come up with some better lesson plans for my students. A little homework over the summer. We have our laundry detergent and a bucket. This is our washing machine. It's really awesome for when you're camping. You just cut a hole in the top, put a plunger in it, put your detergent in, soap them, clean them. Then you're going to rinse them a couple times, keep doing it till there's no suds. Then you're done, hang them up to dry. This thing is really cool. It's a little Misty Mate. It's kind of like your little patio misters, except all you have to do is just pump it up and pressurize it, and you can hook the hose up wherever. So that'll come in handy up in the very dry, warm climate up there. We have our tool bag. This has a couple of random tools. It has my electronic stuff. It also has my little utility box. Basically, your junk drawer is in this bag. We have cleaning supplies. We got our dog bowl, a couple treats for the girls. We have a broom and dustpan. We have our fly swatter. We got a saw to cut firewood. We have our folding table so we can have a nice little table to eat on outside with the tablecloth. We got newspapers for fire starting, cooler in case the mini fridge does not fit. Our 3-burner stove right here is great. It hooks onto the outside of the camper and has a little extra preparation space, so that'll be really awesome. Lots of linen things. We got washcloths, dishcloths, just drying cloths. We got shower liners. We got tablecloths. And then I have a bunch of tapestries, sarongs. We got some beach towels. We got some chairs. We got the actual shower curtain system that I kind of rigged up on the outside for our solar shower, which is going to come in super handy while we're backpacking. Some extra storage devices. We have our disc golf bag for when we go and play some disc golf. Brand new tent. Haven't used it before. I'm really excited to take that up into the mountains. Our sun hat. We got 3 different backpacks. One big backpack for long trips. We have our smaller bag for shorter trips and a backpack just for day trips. This has all my climbing gear in it, shoes, harness, extra ropes. We have my sleeping pad, sleeping bag. We got some entertainment. We have ladder ball. And we got a big bag here full of lots of fun things. Glow sticks, board games, binoculars, coloring books, regular books, meditation bowl, just all sorts of really cool stuff. So we're going to get all this thrown into that camper, and we'll see you out on the road.